When boards aren't wide enough to create the width of a panel that we need, we have to glue them edge to edge, called edge gluing. Similar to edge gluing, when we don't have boards that are thick enough, such as creating, let's say, 1 3/4 inch legs, we have to surface glue. So here we have set up for 4 legs of a table, and instead of gluing them edge to edge like this, we're going to surface glue them. So these two surfaces will be glued together, and then we're creating extra thickness. Similar to edge gluing, we need to make sure that there's no gaps. So we're going to squeeze the two parts together, make sure when it gets clamped there won't be any gaps. And all these legs are good because I've checked them, but just to show you what gaps might look like, you can see in this, there's a gap here. That's created from the boards being planed, and there's some chatter or some snipe in the board. In this case, we have a rough surface to the board, so that is not going to create a tight joint either. Can't see that gap very well. But in the case, sometimes you have edges of the boards being chipped out. In those cases, if you need that width of the board, you can't have that either. So you need to look out for those things. Other than that, it's the same. You're applying glue on both surfaces, a thin layer. Using a glue roller will be very helpful for that process. Using the roller makes it quick and easy to spread. Also helps to make sure you don't use too much. Again, thin layer on each. Obviously we're not gluing these two edges. We're gluing that joint, this joint, this joint. When you're all done gluing, you're going to clamp it together. One thing to note, in these newer orange clamps that we have, this end tilts in. So that's why I have this extra board here, so that this tilting in is going to put pressure right on this scrap piece in the center. So that's going to squeeze this tight together. All the other clamps, that we have are fine, but for these orange clamps in particular, we need this shorter board so it puts pressure in the center. That's simple as that. We'll end up adding this clamp in the center just like before, and that's how you would surface glue boards together. If you do find that you have gaps like this, then you should bring the boards to me. If they're extra thick, we can plane them and then potentially drum sand them, or we might go straight to the drum sander to eliminate any defects in the surface of the board.